Today, the seminar is about families. For the people who have come here before, we're going to do it a little bit differently today. The questions that you read on the email, I've got them here on paper. I'll just pick one every now and again. Inge will read it out, and then I'll channel the answer. Sometimes it takes me about half a minute to start getting information, so don't get bored. Because usually in the seminars I always talk, and I never stop talking. Now we're going to do the family thing. We could ask questions, give it at least 15 minutes and then ask questions so we can get some... Yeah. But please do this before you ask a question, don't just jump in. And if I haven't gone to somebody that wants to ask a question, do it again. Don't take it personally. Right, families. As we said before, we're going to say a few things that are unorthodox. Do not take it personally. Take only what you like and just leave the rest. We have all noticed that the world is changing. And we're not talking economically and superpowers and things like that. Our life is changing. Our plans hardly work anymore. We have less and less of our wants now. And we don't know what's going on. What's going on is that we are in a transition period. Humanity is changing. Humanity is going into its next evolutionary step. It doesn't happen in one day. It's going to take about 5 years, the whole process. But our world as we knew it is falling apart. Our institutions are falling apart. I don't know if you say this in German. In English, family is an institution. And because a lot of us either don't know that the world is changing or don't want the world to change, we don't accept the problems. Because we don't want our world to change. We have worked so hard for it just to catch up to what we know now. And if we admit that the world is changing, we're going to feel like all these years we worked for nothing. And this is why so many of us are still in denial. Family is one of the few things that is totally going to change. Family was created when we lived in the caves, so we can survive. Family was created for survival. We no longer live in the caves, and just after the transition period, we are going into such wealth, we can't even imagine it right now. So survival will really not be an issue in the new energy we're going into. So a lot of things that were created because of survival are now no longer needed. And they're simply collapsing. And we are trying to hold on like this. And nothing happens. Nothing happens meaning we're not accomplishing anything. And we think there's something wrong with us. And we go to psychologists. And we take medication. And the smart ones take drugs. They're much better than medication. Or we don't take any of those and we just blame our husband or our wife. Or our boyfriend and girlfriend. It's not their fault. It's nobody's fault. Once we understand that the world is changing. And the old ways are falling apart. The old system is falling apart. This doesn't mean you're going to go home and throw your children out. But you'll understand why they want to kill you. You'll understand why they don't like you very much. Because these children have come here... because our children can feel why they came here. They've got this inner feeling. They can't understand why we are holding on to them like this. This is the reason they hate you. Because they feel like you're blocking their path. You're blocking their expression. It's not just because they're teenagers. It's not just because they like to go out with their friends and you don't let them. It's because they, somewhere deep inside, they feel that they came here to be free and you're stopping that freedom. It's not very easy to go from where we are to total freedom in one day. But we're going to mention a few things today simply so we can understand why these things are happening, and then you won't get so upset with your children. Also, it would really help us to stop watching Hollywood movies. There is no such thing as a happy family. It's based on signatures. You have to sign a piece of paper with the government to get married so someone can live with you. How could that possibly bring happiness? Families are based on rules. Rules can never bring happiness because they are the opposite of freedom. And souls are always free. And this is all they know, freedom. Now, of course, we were free too, but we came in another era where we forgot everything and started playing the earth game. But our children have not forgotten everything. They remember quite a bit. So this is why today families are even unhappier than what they were in our generation in the 50s and 60s and 70s. But if you really look at it though, if you look at the bigger picture, we weren't that happy either. We were just told to play happy. But our children can't pretend. Because in the energy we're going into very soon, things that are not true will not be allowed to exist. So they can't play the game that we were playing. The fake game. Or the lies. Our families were nothing but lies. We would not want to admit this. But when, instead of blaming mommy and daddy, just see the bigger picture. Yes, mommy and daddy should not have had children. But we can't change this now. But we can understand it so that we can move forward. And not be devastated by the fact that our families are not working. Not working meaning it doesn't have the results we would like to have. I did say this in other seminars, but we have a lot of new people, so let me repeat it. Whenever your children get on your nerves, go into a quiet room for 2 minutes, shut your eyes, put your hand on your heart chakra, right in the middle of your chest, and tell your body exactly why you had children. And say the truth. Your body will never judge you. The universe never judges. And then you program your body, then you tell your body, after you tell your body why you had children, the body will say, oh, okay. And it will be much easier for you to deal with your children. The reason most children are a pain in the ass is because we've never told our body why we had them. And our body keeps saying, what am I doing with this? Before a soul takes a body, it chooses the body type and it programs the body for what the soul wants to learn through the body. Before a soul takes the body, it's okay. It chooses first of all a body type. There's about 4 or 5 body types. So stop hating your body. You chose it before you were born for a reason. And it also programs the body for what it wants to learn. Only 8% of souls that have come to earth have programmed their bodies for children. For those 8%, it's easy to raise children. The rest of us are just suffering. However, if you tell your body exactly why you had children, it'll be as if you programmed it before. Because we can always change our mind. Just because we didn't put children in our book, it doesn't mean we can't have them. But we will need to tell the body, okay, now we're going to have children for this and this reason. And then the body's reprogrammed. It's easy, it's just like a computer. But it's very important to tell the truth. There is one word you must never say. I had children because I love children. Who the hell loves children? Don't be silly. Tell the body the truth. Let me give you some truths. I had children because I'm almost 40. The body will say, oh, okay. It won't disagree with you. I had children for my mother. I had children for society. I had children so the man could stay. The body will never judge you. And then it'll be much easier for you to raise the little bastards. Okay, let's go back to families. They're all falling apart. I have to repeat this. Do not blame yourself or your partner. If you want to keep the family, keep it free. Because we're going into an energy of freedom and everything and everyone is going to want to be free all the time. If you do not keep your family free, you're going to lose it. Mind you, whatever you don't keep free, you're going to lose in the next 5 years.